Hello, this is Ron with Rising Sun Properties. Today we are in the Osaka area, about 45 minutes to an hour outside of Osaka city center. And these are two properties that it's a really good example of why you don't always just want to go cheap. They look okay, but structurally they are both suffering quite a bit, and I would not advise moving forward with properties like this. So just so you can see what's out there and see what I'm seeing, I like to share everything. Here are two properties. Here's the neighborhood that this first one is in. Really great, quiet neighborhood. It's at the very end of these homes. It is non-rebuildable, which is also another issue. This is 6.8 million yen, 47,000 USD, wooden home built in 1976, two-story 3DK at 57 square meters and about a 10-minute walk from the nearest station. So pretty convenient overall, but we'll take a look at the outside and you'll see the cracking right around here. That wood looks okay. It looks pretty old, but didn't see any water damage. However, on this part of the wall right there, huge cracks that have been, looks like a DIY kind of cement. You see it running all the way up there. And then the crack that has been fixed, they're also cracking again, and there's new cracks. So it's just littered with cracks all around the walls. It looks like some water damage there on the awning. It just is not a property that I would recommend, just because it's non-rebuildable, and you're just going to have a ton of issues and have to worry about your property for years to come. So it's always good to spend a little bit more and get a newer home that has better structure and quality to the foundation. But as you'll see inside, it doesn't look too bad. This is partially renovated. Here's the Genkan area, the entrance, shoebox. And I see this a lot, like partial renovations, they just kind of run out of budget and money. All right, I'm at another house here in Osaka, and there's no parking at this one. Tell the clearance here on the doorways is nice. This is a little bit cheaper than the other ones. It's 6.8 million yen, built in 1976, so it's an older home. It's in a pretty decent neighborhood, kind of a small local place. There's a lot of shops. Seems a little bit more connected than the other property. However, as you can see in the video, just looking on the outside of the foundation of the structure, there's lots of cracking. It looks like it's been fixed. There's more cracking there. I'm not seeing any place that I can get into the floor to look at the foundation, but I'm a little bit worried about the structure. So the other one that I posted was 1996. This is 1976, so 20 years older, and the age does show. So that's always my concern when looking into purchasing, is what's the condition of the home and how much are you going to have to worry about it now and also in the future. So just some insight while I was there at the property from what I was seeing. As I said, I couldn't find any place to get under the floor. A lot of times they try to hide that. There's usually an access point in the kitchen. There's not in this one, and I'm seeing these in the older homes that they're not allowing access because they don't want you to get under there. I really feel like they're trying to hide everything. So you can see no damage on the ceilings on the first or second floor, but again, it's because it's been remodeled, and if there was any water damage, it's now been covered, which I assume there will be some damages there. So I have gone out with other Japanese agents who are the selling agents, and they're not showing these kind of things. They're not pointing these things out. I'm not saying all of them do it, but I have had the experience where they're just not looking for this and just trying to sell the property. So we look at all the details, and I really try to find all the problems and reasons that you might not want to move forward with properties, and there was a lot to find here. Overall, didn't look too bad as far as the renovations go. So it's like an old truck with a nice paint job, I guess. Here's a look out the back patio door. There's a palm tree there. It's kind of interesting, and a bamboo forest off to the right. You can see it from the second floor. There's a nice view from the second floor as well of the city. Here's a look into the bathroom, the bath area with the sink. There's a place to put your washing machine. And the bath area itself has not been renovated, so it looks pretty old. But this has. Not super high quality, but it is new. Here's the old bath. You see it's really small. You just kind of have to squeeze in there. And you know the color. So this home has been partially renovated. I see this quite often. Most of it's been renovated. The doors have been replaced. However, you can see here, these are the original height. You can see how low they are and where they come up to my head. So definitely have to dunk under here. Same with the shower room. So those are the original doors and you can see the differences. And of course, baby pink, gotta love it. Now onto the second floor. The stairs weren't too bad. The next property we're gonna look at, you'll see the older style stairs that are very steep and not easy to get up. But here's the second floor again. This one's been remodeled with the second room off to the left there. Up on the second floor, and this is the standard height of Japanese doorway. So again, partially renovated. Looks like the walls are done, and the floor, you know, linoleum covering, but the doorways are still pretty low here. Just a couple downstairs that are renovated and a little bit higher. A window looking off to the other side. Back behind you see nice bamboo forest. A place to put your aircon. There's a hole there, but no electrical outlet. There was one down at the bottom, right there to the left, so you could plug it in there, I guess. Bit of a step to get out onto the balcony is very common with these older homes. And a look out towards the front. Again, quiet neighborhood. You see some of the homes are newer. And I couldn't feel any tilting of this home, but you'll see the doors, the way they built them. Again, I feel like they're trying to hide it. Even that door looks newer. So if something is shifted, I think sometimes they'll build new doors to make sure they're closing properly, because it's nice to have doors that close properly, but also to hide that the building is tilted and things aren't moving as well. Right here, those two doors are not original and they've been newly installed. And yeah, you just see the difference in the wood, and it just looks like it's been trimmed off here at the top. You see it's a little bit, slanted down. So I think they did that just to make sure it's fitting, because there is some tilting. I'm guessing some tilting to the home that wouldn't allow those doors to shut before. Here is the slider to, you can shut these shutters when you're away for a long time. A lot of homes come with it. I'm sure originally they were wood, but upgraded to the steel. So those are nice to have and not too hard to open and close. Here is the second floor balcony. This looks like the flooring has been redone, but you see these cracks in the structure. Again, it's just all over this home, which is not a good sign at all. And this happens all the time on these cheaper homes. So this, again, just keep that in mind when you're out there looking for properties. You always get what you pay for. So the higher you can go on your budget, the better off you're going to be and the less worries in the long run. And I always say this, I do understand people's budgets, and we certainly can do a search particularly for your criteria. That's no problem at all. But just kind of keep it in mind. There's been so many times where clients will start with a lower budget, but in the end up raising it by sometimes double or more, just to make sure they're getting into a good home that they're not going to have issues with down the line. So that is the first home. Again, not something I would recommend and can't recommend just because of all the issues. And now onto the second property. tune into a little Japanese radio. Here's a drive to this next neighborhood. This home, again, you'll see a quite huge foundational crack. This is also non-rebuildable. A lot of these older homes are, which I don't really understand. If they're not rebuildable, what's going to happen in 50, 60 plus years when they definitely need to be torn down? You see this blue house there. That's not the house we're looking at, but it also has a lot of cracking issues, and it's just very common with these older homes. You'll definitely have to walk from the road to this home. It's the one off to the right here, the white one. There is parking, but there's no way to get a car in there, so there's no parking, I guess, in the end. You could get a bicycle or motorcycle back there. And again, this home doesn't look too bad at first glance, but when you dig in a little bit, you start to uncover some issues that's going to make it tough to buy. So this one's 8.8 million yen, 60,000 USD, built in 1970, two-story 3DK, 71 square meters. Again, not too far from the station, about a 10-minute walk. There's a small crack there, and there was a few cracks around the foundation. But this is the main one I saw, which is a huge crack, and it looks a little bit off-center, which means the house is probably tilting that way as well. And the foundation is definitely something you cannot replace. Hey guys, here at the third home in Osaka, or whatever order I end up uploading these videos. And it's built in the 70s, around 75. I think it's 8.8 million as well. It's definitely, has an older feel as far as the build. And you can see the doorways are a little short. The stairs are incredibly steep. Coming up's not too bad because they're kind of indented, but going down's a bit of a pain. Same kind of thing where it's just this one's actually been completely renovated and it feels pretty nice. I'm just a little bit worried about the structure. I always am. Once you get especially into the 70s, early 80s, and into the 70s, these stairs so steep, it can be a bit of an issue. The floors are soft, as I'll show in the video. You see this has been renovated, so this is quite high, this doorway. It looks like there's a parking here, but there's no way to access it, so there's not really any parking. I guess you can get a motorcycle back here, but I'm parked up the street. Hopefully it's not bothering anybody. But not bad overall for the price. This is what you kind of can expect for that 7-9 million yen range. So just to give you an idea of what's out there, this is a tour of one of those homes here in Osaka. So enjoy the tour. Reach out with any questions at any time. I respond to everybody. So thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the tour. That was recorded before I found the huge crack in the foundation. As you can see, it's nice inside. All the walls have been redone, the flooring. There's one toilet. There's one toilet in the last one too, so not the two. The Genkan area looks nice. Again, has a pretty good feel. Just overall, there are some issues with the home where it would be really hard for me to, be able to tell someone I suggest that they buy this home. In the end, it's your money. As long as you know what you're getting into, then that's completely fine. I just always make sure that all of these issues are up front and you know about them. Don't hide anything. I've gotten lots of great feedback from you guys. Thank you so much about the way I show the homes. I don't sugarcoat anything. There's not a lot of money in it as far as commission goes. I'm not trying to push anything. It's, we want to make sure that you're going to find a home that you're comfortable with. A lot of our buyers do buy not even coming to Japan. So, just want to make sure I have the trust of our clients and uncover any issues there might be. Here's the kitchen. Everything's been remodeled in there. The shower area. There's a place for your washing machine. This might have been newly installed because there's a place outside that looks like there was a place that they had the washing machine outside. Some of the older homes have that. Shower looks great, has the automatic fill and reheating. Peek out the back door. There's some kind of farm back behind there, so, you know, quiet neighborhood. Here's a look off to the backside. This home is Airbnb capable, and it's in a special zone, I guess, that allows you to do it 365 days a year. A lot of people do ask me about Airbnbs. I don't have a lot of experience with that, to be honest. It's a bit of a hassle to manage and maintain, especially if you're not living in Japan. There's plenty of online videos. There's a place, I think, where maybe the old washing machine might have went. Plenty of online videos highlighting the challenges and difficulties of do Airbnb. I don't recommend it, but in the end, it's your property. You can do what you want. I'm always concerned about I've been here 12 years, so I feel half Japanese at this point. I'm always concerned about the neighborhoods and just the noise level and disrupting people's, day-to-day lives. But again, in the end, it's your home. So there's a place you can install an aircon above the window. And I start walking around. I always do this, check the floors. Felt pretty soft. I could feel the seams, not sure exactly what's going on. Again, it's covered, so you can't really tell anything. It was basically all over this entire first floor. So I walk around all corners of the floors to find any soft spots. In these older homes, seems to always be some kind of soft spot. Here's a look out the front. See, people are living in homes around here, so that's a good sign. And just, if you just saw a photo of this room, it looks great. It's renovated, the walls are clean. So we always have to, of course, get into the home and inspect them ourselves. We do video viewings with most of our clients. Here are the stairs. They are so steep. Old style Japanese stairs. Like I said, they're indented, so going up's not too bad. You see I get my foot all the way in there. Coming down's the tough part. So technically 2 rooms up here, I guess. There's a place, there's no doors right now, but you can install doors if you wanted to separate the 2, but that used to be a window and they covered it for some reason. Not sure why. Again, there might have been some issue they're trying to hide. Usually Japan is very straightforward and honest. Real estate can be a little dodgy sometimes. I found over the past 2.5 years I've been in this business. Door frames are the regular height, as you saw in the video earlier. Tatami looks fine. Again, trying to look for water damage or anything, but it's all been hidden, been painted and redone, so hard to detect any kind of damage. So again, not a property I could recommend moving forward with, especially with that foundational crack. That seems pretty substantial. And there is the end of the video. Saw this Grateful Dead sticker. You don't really see the dead in Japan. I'm a big fan. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Just keep in mind your budget and what you're going to get for that budget. We're happy to help anybody with any budget, so reach out, and happy to have an initial chat with you to discuss your particular criteria. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time.